Becoming sober is the best thing I've ever done in my life, by far. Here's how I did it, and here's how you can do it too. So, when I was 17, started smoking weed. And throughout the rest of high school and then through college, probably 3 or 4 years straight, I'd say 3 years straight, I didn't miss a single day of smoking weed. And I did it multiple times a day. I would have probably on average 5 joints a day. Eventually I got a medical card, so that unlocked a lot more possibilities for me to smoke a lot more weed. Through smoking weed, I discovered vaping, nicotine, and alcohol was involved for sure too. I was drinking beer, 3 nights a week. I was smoking every single day, multiple times a day, and I was vaping all the time. I just always had a vape on me in my pocket or whatever, constantly hitting it. It was a bad time in my life. I was struggling. I was struggling with anxiety, with depression, going through a breakup, and that's no excuse because the addiction started before that, but going through that stuff definitely made it harder to quit. I'm here to tell you that you can make it to the other side. I am now 3 years sober from everything. I have not touched weed, I have not touched alcohol, I have not touched nicotine. I even stopped drinking caffeine for 3 years until just recently I started drinking it again, and it's whatever. The point is that you can do this too, and I'll tell you how. So here's exactly how it went when I stopped smoking. And stopping smoking was what led to stopping everything else. Smoking was the main problem. It was costing me a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of friends, and I just was really lazy. So here's what I did. One day, I saw a YouTube video that scared me, that it showed me that going down this path, continuing to smoke weed this much, was not helping me. And if I were to continue doing it, it would just go further downhill. It would not be good. I was worried for my health, mainly. So, my lungs and everything. I was worried for my health. And so, eventually, I think it was the next morning, actually, after I saw this YouTube video, I said, you know what, I'm going to try not smoking for a week. Or no, I said I'm going to stop smoking for a day, just to see if I could do it. Up until that point, I had not stopped smoking for a single day in a very long time. Years. I had gone years smoking every day, multiple times a day. So going one day without smoking a single hit of weed was crazy to me. And I was like, all right, I'm going to try it just to see, because it could be healthy for me to stop, at least for a day. The next morning, I hadn't smoked weed for like 24 hours officially now. And I said, all right, I'm going to go 2 days. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to go 3 days. No, a week. No, a month. No, I'm done. I'm done smoking. Those words, I'm done smoking, that is what helped me quit. I had never uttered those words in years until that point, and I was like, damn, I'm done smoking. Once I said those words, I realized that over the years of smoking, drinking, vaping, I had gotten it out of my system. I had smoked all the weed that I could possibly want to. I had vaped all the nicotine I could possibly want to in a lifetime. I had drank as much beer and as much vodka, as much tequila as I could ever want to. I got it out of my system. I was done. I was done, and I was confident that I was done. I was scared that I would, relapse or fall back into old habits, but I decided that I was done, and that was it. So, I was on vacation at the time at my parents' place, and when I got back to school, I think it was a couple days before I actually did this, but I threw away everything that I had. Everything related to weed, nicotine, and alcohol. Let me tell you, I had a lot of stuff. multiple bongs, multiple bowls, tons of weed, just still in the containers. Rolling trays, rolling papers, blunts, everything. I had hemp wick, lighters, keef in a jar. I had everything. And I was like, fuck this, I'm done. It's not controlling me anymore. I went to the dumpster and threw everything away, broke all the bongs and threw them in there so I couldn't get them back out. I didn't want to. And that is what started my trip to becoming a better person. That was a huge part. And if I didn't already mention, stopping the weed helped me stop everything else. Because when I was high, I wanted to vape. And when I was drunk, I wanted to vape. And when I was drunk, I wanted to smoke. Everything led to the other thing. So it was not one crutch, it was 3 crutches at once, all the time. So once I stopped doing one, the other ones fell apart as well. I stopped drinking beer and I stopped vaping at the same time. I threw away my vapes. I said, I'm not going to let something else control me anymore. That's it, I'm done. This is what's known as going cold turkey. Stopping everything immediately and never going back. For my mindset and for my personality, that is what works. Not just in addictions, but in life. I am very all or nothing. I was all for years, and then I said, I'm nothing. Fuck that, I'm done. So I became nothing, but I became everything that I wanted to be by doing none of the things that I used to do. That's how I did it. I just decided to stop, and I stopped. And I think that can work for a lot of people here too. If you're watching this, there's a decision that you're trying to make that you haven't made yet. Make the decision and the actions will follow. If you believe yourself, not believe in yourself, but if you believe yourself, you don't have to believe in yourself by, necessity. But if you believe yourself when you say, I'm done doing this, I'm done smoking, you will stop. Because you will believe yourself and you don't want to let yourself down. You can do it. It doesn't matter if it's smoking or asking out that girl or starting that business or whatever, creating your own sport. If you decide that you can do it, then you can do it. Just start doing it. Just decide to do it and you will start doing it. Now, how has my life changed since I stopped smoking the past 3 years? In short, they have been the best 3 years of my life. I started going to the gym. I have made tons of gains in the gym, in my personal opinion. That's objective, but I'm very happy with my progress in the gym. And I wouldn't have gotten there if I hadn't stopped smoking, drinking, vaping, doing whatever I was doing. I have made new relationships. I've cut off old relationships, old friends. I've made new friends that align with my goals, that have similar personalities and similar goals to me. It doesn't mean that everybody I'm friends with or everybody that I like has to be sober or has to go to the gym. Not even close. It just means that people have to share the same mindset as me. And I can safely say that all my relationships, all my friendships are like that. I have started eating clean. The worst part about smoking for me was what I ate. Pizza rolls, Hot Pockets, chicken nuggets, shitty junk food, Cheetos, everything. Now, to be fair, I will still eat those on a cheat day once a week, but that was like what I was eating mainly. Like, that's what I was eating daily. Now that is a snack to me, and it's only once a week usually. So I've changed my eating to eating quote-unquote real food. Just as organic as I can possibly get. Dairy, meat, fruit, honey. I'm on the animal-based diet, if you want to label it. I love it. I feel so much better. So let's get down to why you're here. You want to change your life, and I have the answer. I'm not going to say religion or, move to Hawaii or, whatever, broad answers. Because, first of all, it's not what I believe. What I believe is that you're in charge, and you need to make the changes that you need to make for yourself. You need to make the decisions for yourself. You need to make changes for yourself. One thing that I changed for myself that I completely did not expect at all is I started reading books. Now, if you know me, I hate reading books, and I still hate reading books to this day. But you know what? I've been reading books every day for over 3 years now. And I will tell you the best book that I've read, by far. I actually have it right here. Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book changed my life, and I'm not exaggerating. I am not sponsored. I am not being paid to say this. This book changed my life. And keep in mind, I hate reading, and I hated reading it, but it helped me and it changed my life. Now I've read, 75 books in the past 3 years, but I have not read a single book that comes close to how good this book was. And this was the second one that I read. So I could have stopped reading after reading this book, but I decided to continue. Not only because it's helping me stay uncomfortable and create discipline in my mind, but because it's a good habit to have, and it helps you learn new things and see things from a different perspective that you wouldn't otherwise see. You get to see the point of view from the author instead of just from yourself. Anyway, this book talks about one certain thing. It talks about a bunch of things, but a bunch of ways to change your habits, but my favorite one and the only one that has really worked for me is making a list. Lists have changed my life too. Basically, I just go on my phone and I go to the Notes app and I make a checklist, or I write in just regular notes what I need to do today and stuff that can be moved to later. And I do the things that I have to do today. I do the things that are whenever. I have a shopping list. I have a car problems list. I have a today to-do list. I have a brand changes that I want to make list, among many, many others. In fact, I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is my today notes. Here's my whenevers. These are all the lists that I have on my phone. Each of these is a new list, not just a new note. They're new lists. Here's the problems with my car list. Just for example. Here is my shopping list. Now, each note, each list has all those items on it, has its own list of items on it. That is how I live my life now. The book talks more about how to create lists to get stuff done in your day. So what I started out doing is by basically writing down on my notes. One morning when I woke up, I wrote down in my notes what I do every day, verbatim. What do I do every day? I wake up at 10, I watch YouTube, I play video games, I eat shitty food, and then I smoke, and then whatever. These are the honest things that I did during my day. Now that you have your list made of what you actually do, erase the things you don't like and replace them with good things, good habits that you do like. For example, waking up at 10 is now wake up before 8. Watch YouTube is now watch educational YouTube videos. Eat Taco Bell is now eat 3 eggs and an orange. Play video games is now go to the gym. It's simple. Replace your bad habits with good habits, and eventually you will change your life. To quickly summarize this video, in order to change your life, you have to change your habits. Start by making the decision to change your habits. Then, decide what habits you're going to change in your life, and then do them. It's that simple. Peace. If you'd like to join the growing community and growing movement of Alloy, then please click the link in the description. It will show you the Discord channel. If you join the Discord channel, which is absolutely free, You will now be part of the alloy movement. So please join if you're interested, and thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.